All right, welcome back, gang. This is the first time I'm posting back-to-back content about the same thing, but I think it's very important that we continue the conversation and that I provide a mea culpa for my last video. So I posted a video yesterday indicating that my conclusions about the WPP 123 wire pipe detector were that it is cap, it doesn't work, and I did that by deconstructing a Fusion Strike pack in theory and scanning each of the individual items, the hit, the remaining dead cards, as well as the external parts of the pack, the packaging itself, and determined that the packaging was too much of a sensitive metallic indicator to trust it reading past it. It couldn't possibly read past the aluminum foil because the aluminum foil would set off the detector long before any hit would, which was what my last video was meant to indicate. But I didn't account for something that I'm going to show you now. Upon further investigation, I have to rescind my conclusion of it being cap. This device right here is dangerous, in my opinion, in terms of the potential fraud that can be generated by it. And I don't really know how to explain the reasoning, but I am willing to show you all. Okay? So, what I have done is I have 3 items here that I want to first talk about. This is a sealed Battle Styles booster box. Okay? Not open at all. I just got it delivered today from the Pokemon Center. Here is the actual metal detector, and this is a stack of, let's say, about half of a booster box, a little bit more than half of a booster box. Let's say about 18 packs of Battle Styles here that I have set aside. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I found in my own experiments. I went ahead off camera and I opened a Battle Styles booster box on my own. That's where these packs came from. And I decided to change my strategy, and instead of scanning individual elements of each pack by opening them up and scanning each item and seeing what sets off the sensor, instead I went about scanning the packs until some packs responded and some didn't. This took a little bit of trial and error, okay? One thing that I found was that the initial calibration, which I'm bringing up here so you guys can see. I initially had calibrated to wherever the dial met on this top line indicator. Okay, when I turn it on, it goes green, and then I had the dial set to where I had marked it originally, which was, as you can see, the first line. That's the first mark. I had set it to about here. Okay, when placed here, every pack was going off, including just the aluminum foil from some other packs. But we did test and we saw that if we went high enough, we could actually get the individual hits to respond. This is why I calibrated it to that high of a degree, because we were looking for hits. But it turns out that that is not the proper methodology when dealing with sealed booster packs. Inexplicably, if we're at that height, sure, every pack will go off because every pack's aluminum foil will set off the sensor. Sure. But if we started from a lower point and calibrated up to the point where suddenly the pack was just making noise at all, we had the ability to kind of see, well, some packs say yes and some packs say no. This is a stack here. All of these are no's, according to the new calibration, which I have down here at the bottom. Okay, I marked the bottom, and essentially sometimes the packs would scan and say, yes, there's a hit in here, and sometimes it would just do nothing. So all of these are nothing, and you can see that the aluminum foil is not setting off the pack the way the original theory presumed it needed to. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to leave this set on its new calibration. I have marked the item, I have marked the dial down here now. I'm going to leave it set to its new calibration, which I believe is right here, making sure that this doesn't go off. And then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to move these packs out of the way, And I'm going to go ahead and rip this booster box right now. Okay? Because I want you to see that even though in theory, what I surmised could technically be considered correct, for whatever reason, when it comes to sealed booster packs, there is some combination effort going on where if there is a hit in here, the combination of the hit, the cards, and the packaging sets off the sensor. But sometimes it doesn't. We just got a good example, okay? 1 and 1. Rapid strike and single strike pack. This pack, according to the new calibration, is telling me that there's a hit in here. And this pack is telling me there isn't. And what we'll do is we'll start with the pack that says there isn't. Already off rip. Bad code card. Dead, right? Non-hollow. I have not changed the calibration on this thing. This pack is telling me there is some shit. So we open it up. Right off rip. Good code card. Crobat hollow. Now, this is the part that kind of broke my brain. How is this possible? This is a pack, just the wrapper. These are the cards I just pulled out of a pack, okay? The pack wrapper by itself, at this calibration, nothing. The card stack, including the hit, by itself, nothing. But watch this. I put the cards with their little hitty hit back in the pack. Let me do this on camera. Put them nice and cozy back in their pack. Again, this is the same ones. Pachirisu, Crobat. All right, put them back in the pack. It works. The combination works. The individual parts do not. So, inexplicably, I have come to find that as much as I want to believe this was a lie, it's actually real. And by that token, this is a threat. This device right here is a threat. I haven't confirmed or concluded specifically or clearly how this impacts Scarlet and Violet, whether or not the second reverse holo rare actually does anything. But I get the sense that this is probably a hit. I get the sense that more and more people are doing this and discovering, like I did, even though I specifically didn't want to believe it. Look at this shit. It's real. It's real. So, unfortunately, what is this? Is this like a miscoloration or something on the edge of this card? I can't see this. Anyway, unfortunately, this is no cap. This shit is real. I'm sorry for concluding otherwise initially, but I'm also at a loss for words because all these packs from the original booster box, look. And I know what you're thinking. Hey, buddy, why don't you open one of those up? Sure, no problem. I'm not here to sell anybody fucking dud packs. See? The concerning part is just that it is perfect and consistent. And it requires no effort. I just turned the dial up a little bit slowly until some were sporadically scanning in the front middle of the pack and saying yes. Look, I just pulled a no, and out of here, a no, out of here, yes. And it's only in the middle. Look at this. This is the strange thing about the pack too. It's not the entire pack. If I go side to side, up and down, no. But side to side, it scans only in the middle, like right over the K. And I have to put the top edge right over the K. And it scans. Let's see what hit is in here. I just scanned my knife. Look at that. There you go. See? It is not cap. I retract my previous conclusion. This shit is real. Do not trust anybody with loose sword and shield packs. Don't do it. Take care of yourself. Be careful out there.